Joseph Noy here, founder and CEO of NeuGroup, checking in from the Intercontinental New York Times Square Hotel. We just wrapped our 13th annual Bank Treasurers Peer Group meeting, sponsored by Morgan Stanley. Thanks to them. Wanted to share a few key takeaways from our meeting. First is the optimism that was expressed regarding regulatory change for banks. The view is that the tone at the top is starting to change, and therefore the expectation is for a softening bank regulation going forward. What would help this is if President Trump would speed up his appointments to fill and replace key roles in Washington that drive bank regulation and supervision. The legislative process is going to be much more difficult, so regulatory change that is going to require going through the legislative process is much less likely, at least in the near term, although there are pieces of current legislation such as the Choice Act that may guide some of the changes that take place. But the expectation is that change that can be done with a pen from a prudential regulator is going to have much more of a chance to succeed in the near term. This brings up a second takeaway that is related to that. We asked the treasurers a hypothetical regarding if they could discontinue having to do DFAST or CCAR stress testing, would they do so? And the overwhelming consensus was that they would not. The stress testing process, along with the whole infrastructure and resources that were created to deal with stress tests, have vastly improved the quantitative information and analytics that bank treasurers have at their disposal to manage the bank, both from a risk, capital, and liquidity standpoint, and also to optimize and rethink bank strategy. The third takeaway that I wanted to share, and that's really related to a trend that we see across all the groups in the NeuGroup network, and that treasurers are seeing their role expand in scope and to grow in importance. This idea of a strategic treasurer has been expressed in many different places, and I would argue that bank treasurers are another level above their non-bank counterparts in terms of strategic importance, in part because of the stress testing apparatus. That's it for me from New York. Look forward to checking in again.